Hello, hope you are all having a great day. It is June 21st, and today I'm, of course, back. And today I'm got a good bit of stuff to talk about. Videos should not be that long, but it'll be decent length. But yeah, hope you all had a great day today. Hope you all are all doing well on this Tuesday evening. Yeah, it's Tuesday, I think. Yep. Uh, and yeah, I guess let's go ahead and get started. So. This is our day one convective outlook. This goes from, well, technically like 9 p.m. tonight until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Or, well, 9 p.m. to 8 if you're going Eastern time, 8 p.m. to 7 if you're going Central. But you can see we have that slight risk from areas of southeast Iowa over into central Kansas there. A little bit of Illinois in that as well. Not much of a tour threat, 15 wind and a 5 hail though, with that slight risk. And currently what we have going on, this is the Topeka radar, I'm guessing. Yeah, and so you have a good cluster of storms like the general west of Kansas City there, kind of near Topeka. I think that's Topeka right there. And we can see these storms are kind of generally moving like kind of along a boundary here and just exploding. They're not like moving in an organized direction. If anything, they're moving this way, but they could eventually kind of form southeast or even form north. As we can see, they're just kind of going along the boundary. And we do have an outflow boundary, so we'll see if that can trigger anything. And then further up, let me switch radars here. We'll switch to the Kansas City radar. You can see those storms. We can see that line generally kind of continues. It does break up into Missouri, but we can still see some strong storms in Missouri there. And up into Iowa, we'll go ahead and not active warnings. We'll go ahead and just all severe thunderstorm warnings here. But yeah, let's go up into Iowa. This is the Davenport radar. Pretty sure Quad Cities. We had storms in southern Iowa moving into a little bit of northwest Illinois there. Definitely some wind along that outflow boundary as well. But yeah, that's what we got going on right now. Generally, our very long streak of slight risk or higher days from like outlooks, like because every day we have had a slight risk for a very long time now, or at least a slight risk. That's continued, has not ended. Thanks to today. That would have been the day that could have ended it, but tomorrow we have a slight risk in the northeast down in the like areas of Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky. As far south, it's like north central Virginia. 2% tour risk. Got a 15 wind and a 5 hail. Let's take a look at what we could expect for tomorrow. Let me go ahead and get this set up here. I don't know if I'm gonna get Pivotal Weather Plus. I mean, yeah, Pivotal Weather Plus is cool. I'd really like to have it, but I mean, it is a lot of money, and I just don't know if I want to spend that much money like immediately once I actually have as much money to do it. Because I am also working towards getting a new computer so I can actually get some decent content other than just these types of videos, and I can make better videos that are the same thing as this, just they're just better. But we'll see. Okay, so you can see tomorrow at 16Z, so we can see you have a general kind of cold front type setup. Front doesn't even look to move at all. I mean, it kind of just stays there. It kind of just turns stationary. Okay, but that front will trigger some storms in the areas I went over before. Let's take some soundings. I'm curious what the HRRR has reflectivity wise here. Yes, we see a bunch of storms go up along the boundary by 21Z, kind of late afternoon time frame. I'd say probably like 3 or 4, a little bit earlier than what the HRRR has due to the. I mean, HRRR sometimes kind of has storms go off late. I notice that sometimes that can happen like an hour to 2 hours before. All these soundings are contaminated, so let me continue trying to get other ones. Okay, here we go. Yeah, generally pretty bad sounding. I'm just gonna be honest. That's just the HRRR though. I mean, generally though, our environment is supportive of a pretty decent damaging wind risk as well as a smaller hail threat. Tornado threat, I really don't see it. And even after tomorrow, this boundary will be the focus of a lot of rain for the next couple of days. Throughout tomorrow night into Thursday, we can see the showers continue kind of along that. Throughout upstate New York into like Vermont, all the way down into PA. I mean, even the DC area down there. So, yeah, that's that. I don't see the tornado threat tomorrow, though. I just really don't think we're going to see a tornado threat that's anything significant. SPC does, though. That's the thing that matters. SPC still thinks that maybe could be a little bit of like a very a very small tornado threat. But generally, though, these soundings do support damaging winds, even outside of like generally like just damaging winds, and some small hail, not like massive hail or anything, but small, like medium size, like. But yeah, flooding could also be a problem. I mean, I'd say, but generally it looks like is pretty capped. But in some areas, I mean, it just looks like we're going to see a lot of storms that could produce some damaging wind, and overall just like mainly damaging wind and some smaller. Nothing really to like write home about or anything, but. All right, day 3. This is Thursday and the Friday morning. So really just generally Thursday. We can see 3 marginal risks. Not really going to focus on each of them, but more or less I want to focus on kind of just all of them. So for that, we're just going to go over to the lovely GFS here and switch to a more large sector here. So you can get a good view of what we have going on here. This is Thursday, so let's take a look at this. And the last thing I'm just going to look at is pretty much just like what we can expect like over the weekend, I guess. Like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if this would load here, come on. Yeah, so tomorrow or Thursday, okay. So Thursday, we could see maybe we might start to see afternoon storm chances kind of build back in the southeast as that area kind of becomes more unstable and moisture actually builds back up into that region. But Thursday, generally, what's bringing us so many risks of severe weather is just kind of, I mean, not like any one. There's not like a set in stone focus point for this to focus on. It's not like, oh, we have like a low pressure like in Nebraska. No, this isn't like one of those types of events. It's kind of just like a large open type event where we can see several areas, several very small like areas, like that area the SPC has, this area up here, and then I think that area, western, central Montana. So yeah, it's kind of just generally not really like too organized, but I mean, I would support like a 2% or a 5% tornado risk. Okay, all right. All right. I mean, if I had to guess just off the GFS which one of these might go slight, it would probably be this one. But that's just off the GFS though. We'll see what actually happens. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a big day anywhere really, but we'll see. I mean, I just think that generally this marginal might do the most. We'll see though. I should have another video out before this event actually occurs. I probably will do on Thursday morning because I don't have to work. I don't have to really do anything. yeah, so that is severe weather. I mean, generally, I just want to talk about like what we can expect Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. See, but yeah, pivotal weather's been doing this thing where it just freezes when I come back to it for some reason. I don't understand. I mean, I don't feel like it's not my computer. No, 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 my Chromebook. Yeah, don't feel like it's my Chromebook, but you never know. Okay, so Friday looks like we could actually see a pretty decent event in this area if that actually happens. So let's take a look at the setup. Okay, so Friday evening we got that low in South Dakota. Good bit of storms up there. Let's just see what the European has. Generally has like a similar, seems to have a similar location for low. Not as much storms, but definitely looks like maybe Friday we could see a little bit more of a like heightened severe weather risk for this region here. Kind of just in northern plains, that general vicinity. And yeah, and then into the weekend. So Saturday, let me get out the Saturday afternoon here. Yeah, so Saturday afternoon we can see we have so maybe like some type of like storm in Florida maybe. You can see the monsoons, monsoonal storms over in the Four Corners states there. Florida though pretty active on the GFS here. Get that low, I think. Yeah, we got that low right there. And Canada, maybe some storms across this area. Definitely, I mean, not looking good though. Really for any like severe weather in that area. And then we see that low continues moving east by Sunday. We have that low, I mean, all the way over there. I think that's, can't tell that's Ontario or Quebec, but I really can't tell where the line actually is there, but okay, yeah, I think it's right there, but I'm not sure. But yeah, we can see in general there's a lot of storms across like, or not a lot, but a decent storm. I mean, maybe some like chance of rain across areas to the south, maybe up in the Mid Atlantic, the Northeast, and then still the monsoons going on in the west there. And then on the European, we can see pretty similar deal, maybe a little bit further like west and south, maybe, but pretty similar. If it looks by Sunday though, many areas across the south could be looking at rain, which will be good because many areas are really starting to dry out. And with the heat, which is also the other thing I'm going to touch on real quick, with the extreme, or not really extreme, but with the heat we have in the south, I mean, there's been a lot of problems with it. And right now, also, many areas last week still didn't get rain from all the rich riders in the southeast. I barely got any rain in my area, Georgia, because we always get unlucky. But many areas in South Carolina got a ton of rain, but some areas didn't. And areas that didn't last week are still, I mean, a lot more trouble this week as well because it didn't rain at all during the weekend. It's not going to rain likely until later this week. We can see temperatures tomorrow morning across the southeast. We can see we have a little bit of a drier pocket of air, some 60s, lower 60s maybe in some of the more rural areas. Generally though, like a mid to high 70s. I mean, 70s pretty much for like the Great Lakes, central southern plains, the northeast, maybe some low 60s in like in New York City, Albany, and a good bit of areas 50s as well. Northern plains is cooler. We got some 50s. West is cool in some areas, with the exception of the southwest, but many areas are cool. And then Wednesday, you can see look at the cold pocket with the monsoons in New Mexico there. You can see temperatures still in like 70s there, but then of course tomorrow, see 80s and maybe scraping 90 in areas South Dakota, Nebraska. A lot of warmth up there, but then the real warmth is just across the entire like bottom half of the country from the central. I mean, really just the whole bottom half of the country. with the exception of not wherever gets like monsoon rain, uh, which is ARRR has that area across like mainly northern New Mexico. A good bit of the Four Corners though. But we can see, I mean, many areas in the 100s. Wouldn't be surprised if like some areas do get up to like 104, maybe even 105 in the southeast. Somewhere might hit 105 tomorrow. Where we're at might be in Georgia. I would probably say it would be in Georgia, uh, but it's gonna be. I mean, depending. I mean, it's gonna be dry tomorrow, so it's gonna really help for temperatures to just get as high as they could because not gonna have a chance of any storms. That'll really help most areas get pretty hot. Uh, Atlanta, we can see right there at 100, Columbia 102, Albany, Georgia's at 105, but will that actually happen? I don't know. We'll take a look at that on Thursday, I guess. And then by Thursday morning, we can see southeast barely cools off, 80s, still in some areas. Uh, Good bit of 60s in the Great Lakes, still some 50s in the northeast, and the northwest and the northern plains still pretty cool. And also look at the temperatures in Arizona, New Mexico, and the Four Corner states, pretty cool in some areas. So yeah, and then by Thursday, we can see still pretty hot, but a little maybe some relief could due to afternoon storms in some areas. So it could help, but still many areas could still. I mean, 106 in Albany, Georgia. Will that happen? I don't know. We'll see. Uh, we'll see. But yeah, I'll pretty much wrap up the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and hope y'all all have a great day tomorrow. I'll be back on Thursday morning, hopefully. But yes, goodbye.